Welcome back to our weekly series, the 50 State Cold Case Spotlight. We are in Georgia this week, and today is day 1, and I will be spotlighting the case of Ebony Giddens. I have covered Ebony's case on my Sipping on Some Crime podcast, and I'm happy to get a chance to feature her case again. Ebony, 27, is a mother to 3 boys, 9, 5, and 2. Everybody that knew Ebony knew that she built her life around her boys. She loved them with everything that she had. In the spring of 2018, Ebony's family had just had a big cookout, which they typically did on Saturday nights, where they barbecued and played cards. While her family enjoyed hanging out with her, playing spades and dominoes, which were Ebony's favorites, they didn't know that this would be the last time that they would see her, and they also didn't know that she was hiding a secret from them. Ebony had been dating a man named Malcolm, who was known to be pretty abusive towards Ebony. Just a few days before their family get-together, Ebony had to call the police when Malcolm had hit her in the face and held a gun to her head during a fight. Ebony's Aunt Patricia said that they would later find out that Malcolm was abusing her and that sometimes he would, quote, leave her in the middle of the street somewhere and she would have to try to get home by herself, end quote. Just a few days later, on Monday, March 12, 2018, Ebony's brother Alvin went to Ebony's apartment, just like always, to pick up her sons and take them to school. This was a normal weekly routine for them. However, when Alvin knocked on the door, nobody answered. Alvin attempted to call and text Ebony's phone multiple times, but the phone went straight to voicemail. Alvin did reach out to the father of Ebony's children to see if he had heard from her, but he said that he hadn't spoken to her since the night before, and when he had, everything was fine. Alvin and the father of Ebony's children decided that they would knock on the door repeatedly and ring the bell. Finally, one of Ebony's little boys did open the door and tell them that Ebony wasn't there. Alvin and the boy's father knew something was wrong right away because Ebony would never leave her boys alone. Both men walked around the apartment, looking in each room until they came across Ebony's purse and living room. Her keys were there, her wallet was there, but her phone was gone. Ebony was reported missing, and the family was able to determine that the last person they know that spoke to Ebony was a relative around 11 p.m. the night before, and again, their conversation was normal. Everything seemed fine. Malcolm was arrested March 10th for a misdemeanor assault, but he bailed out of jail the same day. Investigators discovered that he continuously called Ebony even though she told him that the relationship was over. Ebony's neighbors would tell investigators that they saw Malcolm working on Ebony's car on Saturday, the last day she was seen. On the 13th, the day after Ebony's disappearance, Malcolm was arrested and jailed again on charges of aggravated stalking and felony probation violations. He is now serving 35 years in prison, but none of those charges have anything to do with Ebony's disappearance. In 2023, Ebony's Aunt Patricia told News Nation that they hope to find Ebony alive and that at this point, even finding remains would bring a sense of closure to them. She said, quote, "We just keep praying and hoping. We mainly want closure, to give these kids some closure of what happened to her. These kids, they're constantly going and knowing that they had a mother and one day they didn't have her. But we don't know what happened." End quote. I share Ebony's story every year in hopes that her family will finally get justice. If you have any information in Ebony's case, please reach out to the Columbus Police Department at 706-653-3205. Thank you so much for taking the time to get to know Ebony today, and don't forget, when you see those missing and murder posts on social media, to hit like and share, because every time we share a face, we do get closer to solving a case, and I will see you guys back here tomorrow for Georgia Day 2.